Tzu Chi volunteers prepare for the upcoming distribution for low-income families in Sri Lanka. Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital moves its medicine dispensary outdoor to prevent hospital infections. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers have carried out charity work in Sri Lanka since the 2004 South Asia Tsunami for 15 years. Tzu Chi volunteers have continued to help the needy in Sri Lanka since Tzu Chi will host its large aid distribution in April to help low-income families. Many people line up in front of the Tzu Chi office to receive vouchers.
Before daybreak, there's already a long line in front of Tzu Chi Hambantota office. As it gets bright, more people gather here. They're waiting to receive Tzu Chi supply vouchers for the April distribution.
Our lives are very difficult. Tzu Chi has given us a lot of help.
More than 90% of the aid recipients are seniors. The volunteers carefully support them so they can feel at home.
For low-income residents, this is an opportunity for them to improve their lives. On behalf of the people in need, I want to thank the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Working here is a great experience, and I am pleasure to work here. And I met a nice group, and so I look forward on furthering my support to this foundation.
Volunteers also seized the opportunity to introduce the bamboo coin bank. Many people kindly made donations.
From my heart, I thank you for giving us help. I hope I can join you and help the impoverished and people in need.
Before the event ended, people clapped their hands and prayed that the cycle of love and kindness will continue to grow.
To help those who have lost their legs walk again, Tzu Chi Philippines volunteers are making prosthetic legs for 38 patients in Bohol Island with the help of Zamboanga and Cebu Tzu Chi volunteers. Among the patients is Gelian, who is 5. She lost both her legs in a vehicle accident, but with Tzu Chi's help, she looks forward to walking to school.
5-year-old Gelian is the youngest patient here. She lost both her legs in a vehicle accident when she was young.
We're worried because every time she went to school, she would get frustrated by her condition.
Using a wheelchair, Francisco Bernales, who has diabetes, once couldn't see past his negativity.
There was a time when I lost hope and I wanted to end my life, but someone introduced Tzu Chi to me.
I lost hope.
I'm filled with hope once more.
About this Tzu Chi.
Bohol Island Tzu Chi volunteers are helping 38 patients get fitted with prosthetics. Saturnino received help from Tzu Chi 13 years ago.
I was too old and had some cracks, so when Tzu Chi had a dental clinic, I came asking for help.
This is the 16th year that Tzu Chi Great Love Physical Rehabilitation and Jaipur Foot Prosthesis Manufacturing Center has been established. This time, they've crossed the sea to help along with volunteers from Cebu and Bohol.
After we fit kaning mga prosthetics, we can see the smile on their faces. And itong smile nito will bring hope sa kanilang mga buhay.
After the mold is made, the next time they meet, the patients will be able to take a big step forward.
Fighting against the epidemic is not only the government's responsibility. Tzu Chi Foundation is also doing its part to help. The foundation recently delivered 1,300 blessing bags to the Tainan city government. These are for the residents who need to quarantine themselves at home. Tzu Chi hopes to pass on good energy and blessings to help these quarantined people to feel peace of mind.
慈济基金会捐赠爱心祝福包，请市长代表受赠。
This blessing bag may be small, but it is full of blessing.
香鸡饭要有的上门信思语。
A Jinsa aphorism booklet is also included among them. These blessing bags are to be given to the Tainan residents who are being quarantined.
慈济跟市府一起通力合作。
Tzu Chi works together with the government so the residents who are quarantined can remain physically and psychologically healthy. The public can also feel peace of mind, so our fight against the epidemic can remain functioning. I'd like to thank Tzu Chi brothers and sisters for their support and help.
慈济师兄姐的支持跟帮忙。
What are in the bag are useful to body and mind. A Tzu Chi volunteer who runs a pharmaceutical company in Changhua County, Taiwan, also volunteers to donate goods from his company.
It happens that my company has this product, so I felt I could also give my help. That would be wonderful, so I fought for the chance to help.
People's Kindness became 1,300 blessing bags so they can comfort the people who are quarantined.
These people are not allowed to be in touch with everyone, so they are psychologically affected more or less. These bags show that Tzu Chi still cares about the quarantined people.
It is not only the government's work to fight against the epidemic, it is the work of everyone. So Tzu Chi helps the government to provide the strength to comfort people's minds.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers in Changhua and Tainan have prepared care packages for people who are quarantined because of COVID-19 epidemic. They place health supplements and their best wishes into these gifts, hoping the recipients can feel their love and warmth. Let's take a look.
今天的任务呢，就是把这个说明书跟这个放在这个盒子的后面。
Changhua Tzu Chi volunteers are packaging health supplements at a pharmaceutical company, adding product description to the supplements.
We want to practice Tzu Chi's spirit to care for the needy, care for those who are quarantined.
After the supplies have been delivered to Tainan Jinsihao, local volunteers start to make care packages. The bags, supplies, and peace charms are to be placed in fixed ways. These bags of supplies are gifts for people who are quarantined because of COVID-19 epidemic. It contains food, supplies, and volunteers' best wishes.
During the epidemic period, we want to calm people's minds and wish them well.
We have prepared the care packages orderly. Once they open it, they can feel Tzu Chi volunteers' best wishes.
With smiles on her face, Huang Liyu has taken a day off from work to come help out. Meanwhile, this person who has just undergone a surgery also sees the chance to serve.
While volunteering, I've realized that blessing is experiencing joy through action. Wisdom is gaining spiritual freedom through understanding.
Another person whose hand is bandaged has also come help out. The volunteers hope these being quarantined can feel love and warmth people have for them.
The coronavirus continues to spread, posing a risk to those who visit the hospital to pick up their medication. For this reason, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has moved their medicine dispensary to an outdoor window, allowing those who have chronic illnesses to use the internet and enjoy outdoor pickup. Additionally, outside the ER, there is a preliminary screening room to send those illnesses into immediate quarantine.
To prevent the spread of the epidemic, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital is encouraging patients with chronic illnesses to make use of an outdoor medicine pickup window. This will lower their contact with other people and perhaps lessen the spread of disease.
The QR code in the upper right corner of their prescription can be scanned, taking them to our hospital's webpage for online booking. After this is done successfully, we will send them a message informing them when they can come back to the hospital to pick up their medicine.
Making an appointment is necessary before picking up medicine. If they don't have any self-pay medication, they can go directly to the outdoor pharmacy window and supply their health insurance card to pick up the medicine.
Because there are more people inside the hospital, and I am a little bit afraid of getting infected. This area is more open.
I think that staying out of the hospital is the best thing. Another benefit is the fact that I can save a lot of time.
14天有出国然后回国的病史吗？
Those who have a fever are immediately put into quarantine, and the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has specially set up a negative pressure examination room in the emergency area.
上面是有 HEPA 的过滤。
Above, we have a HEPA filter which filters the air and keeps it at negative pressure inside. So if a sick person were to spread some droplets, it would stay inside.
一直留存在这个空间里面。
Medical staff at the front lines need to be protected from infected patients, and this type of inspection process offers the most security.
We are showing compassion to medical staff, as this is the best way to protect them and safeguard their health. It's a very important piece of equipment.
Utilizing this negative pressure inspection room with a more rigorous attitude towards quarantine makes the front line of defense against the epidemic even stronger.
Now, it is the rainy season in Indonesia, and it has been raining for 2 months already. The rainy season in Indonesia generally runs from September to March. It is expected that floods and mudslides will occur in some areas, so residents are suggested to avoid outdoor activities and pay close attention to weather reports.
The Indonesian Meteorology, Climatology and Geophysics Bureau said that it is currently the peak season of rain in Indonesia. Floods or mudslides are expected in some areas. During this period, there will be continuous rain throughout Indonesia, and rainfall in several areas will be higher than usual.
Hujan dengan intensitas tinggi.
The peak of our Indonesian raining season usually falls between February and March.
Perlu diwaspadai potensi banjir.
We hope that the relevant government units will work together to prevent flooding and mudslides, especially in March, as we all need to be on alert.
Sampai bulan Maret.
Under the erratic weather, the Meteorology Bureau suggested people to reduce the number of outings. More consideration is needed if outings cannot be avoided. Besides, cleaning up the ditch and discarding the garbage in the trash can are the most basic way to prevent flooding.
Dapat mencapai 2,5 sampai 4 meter.
If the northern part of the Natuna Sea, including the Indian Ocean, Java Islands, and the islands near the Pacific Ocean, heavy rain may occur in the next month. The height of the waves in these places may be as high as 2.5 to 4 meters. Residents living nearby must be careful.
Dan di Samudra Pasifik Utara Halmahera.
The Indonesian government suggested people to be vigilant and pay more attention to weather reports. They can obtain more information on the website or the system of the Meteorology Bureau.
Tangerang, the city closest to Jakarta, Indonesia, is still suffering from floods since the end of January. There are about 1,000 families still living in temporary shelters as the flood has caused great damages to properties and money. The local government worked with Tzu Chi to give out aid supplies as well as mobilize the National Army to help preparing food and parole the flooded areas. Here is a temporary shelter at a residential area of Tangerang. Since the beginning of February, there are about 1,000 families taken in because their houses were all flooded. The local government worked with civilian groups to provide clean water, rubber boats, second-hand clothes, and aid supplies to lessen the affected families' burden. 151 Indonesian soldiers helped prepare meals and parole in the flooded areas via the boat.
Hari pertama terjadi juga kita ada suplai bantuan dari pemerintah Kota Tangerang, Dinas Sosialnya.
Since the first day of the flood, we've received inquiries from the local government to start disaster relief and distribute supplies to the villagers. Although we can't help them fully now, we are grateful that the National Army and Police are here to guard us 24 hours a day before the flood subsides.
TNI dan Polri kami tetap siaga, 24 jam.
Though food is not a problem, the lack of infant supplies is making parents worried as there are insufficient milk, diapers, and vitamins.
Kalau bagi saya mah cukup, kayak makanan, minuman mah.
The aid items are enough for us, but the infant supplies are insufficient.
Dapat, ada yang belum, itu aja.
Nasi lah ya gitu ya.
The rice is enough, and there is a medical station nearby for us to visit the doctors. However, we are lacking children's milk powder and clothes.
Susu anak, lagi-lagi susu anak, ya kan.
So far, the water has subsided at some parts of the village, and villagers have begun to clean their houses. The torrential rain and the malfunction of the water system, plus the damage of the nearby water gate, caused severe floods in 5 communities in Tangerang, which was considered the most serious flood disaster in 3 years. The recent coronavirus epidemic has also affected Indonesia's tourism economy and all other aspects. The Indonesian government has temporarily suspended insurance of entry visas for Chinese citizens to prevent the spread of the epidemic. It has also designed public hospitals to get well prepared to provide the first-line treatment to the people with infection symptoms.
In order to prevent novel coronavirus from invading Indonesia, some public hospitals are fully prepared to provide first-line treatment to those who have symptoms of infection so as to prevent the epidemic from spreading. At present, all medical staff and basic medical facilities in Pertamina Jaya Hospital are well prepared. Preventive measures have already been implemented. They also advocate the public on how to prevent the coronavirus.
Kita menyiapkan tidak hanya rumah sakit ini adalah dalam hal sosialisasi
Apart from preventing epidemic outbreak in hospitals, we also advocate how to prevent diseases and keep healthy. This is not only for the medical staff. We also educate the public on how to maintain good health, especially in paying more attention to the diet.
Masyarakat bahwa apa yang harus kita lakukan dalam kondisi demikian adalah menjaga kesehatan, tetap makan yang sehat, tetap hidup yang sehat.
In addition, there are 63 public hospitals express their willingness to stand on the front line and get ready to treat those who have symptoms of infection. Mr. Eric Thohir, Minister of State-Owned Enterprises of Indonesia, has designated each public hospital to set up a team for rapid coronavirus detection to prevent the spread of the epidemic.
Jadi kita menyiapkan seluruh rumah sakit yang ada dengan titik-titik.
We have actively prevented the epidemic in every corner of the hospital. Other hospitals in our group will also be alert.
Pelabuhan, nah ini semua kita perlu tingkatkan kewaspadaannya.
Apart from cooperating with public hospitals to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in Indonesia, the Indonesian government has suspended issuance of any types of entry visa for Chinese citizens.
The Malaysia chapter of Tzu Chi Teachers Association worked with SJKC Yuhua Elementary School to promote the Great Love Lights the school program. This is the second year of the program, and this is year also the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi recycling program. So volunteers taught the students how to turn cans and paper into coin banks.
Medicine bottles, boxes, jeans aphorisms, a big blue whale, all these are teaching tools the volunteers of Tzu Chi Teachers Association use to teach recycling.
These are recyclables, so we try to use recyclables to teach them how to make coin banks, so they can learn to cherish things.
This is the second year of cooperation between Tzu Chi and the school, and this year's topic is environmental protection.
This year is the 30th anniversary of the Tzu Chi recycling program, so we want to teach the students that environmental protection is very important to us. Doing recycling isn't just about picking up garbage. You must understand it and use it in daily life.
Students will learn something outside the classroom, as some places have a big pile of garbage. So this is wonderful that our students can learn about environmental protection.
The class is lively with a skill to attract the students' attention. The volunteers also teach the students to make coin banks.
I learned how to make a coin bank today. I will save money in it to help people.
The Earth is being burdened because of us. If we don't protect the environment, the Earth will have an even bigger burden. You shouldn't litter garbage around, please, please.
This series of events can allow the students to remember environmental protection, and they will also learn to be kind to all creatures.
Can you speak Taiwanese fluently? About 70% of Taiwanese use Taiwanese, but with the popularity of Mandarin, Taiwanese has gradually declined among the younger generation. Therefore, many are trying to use songs to attract children to learn Taiwanese. This method is not only more interesting, but it is also fits closely with local culture. Here's our report.
伫花莲佚佗回来啊。真好耍啊。
His Taiwanese is a bit rusty, but in fact, Zhang Sitang was raised by his grandma and grandma from a young age. Before the age of 3, he was in a Taiwanese language environment. This was gradually forgotten after he moved to the north.
The elders at home sometimes say that grandsons can only communicate with them in Mandarin, but grandparents don't understand. My parents hope that it doesn't end up like this.
When talking in the car, we all speak in Taiwanese. If we have time, we still want to sing some Taiwanese songs or listen to some Taiwanese programs.
He used to listen to Taiwanese songs when he was a kid, and he hasn't changed. When participating in a singing competition, he chose the southern Fujian accent and achieved good results.
我是张世彤，我伫第一届唱歌比赛摕到第2名，我唱的是龙珠的心情。有些歌词会
Some lyrics will be the same as some words I learned in Taiwanese, as it will be easier to learn.
It's easy to learn language from songs. Another reason is that Taiwanese is a tonal language, and from the tone and pitch, you can determine the meaning of the word.
The monkey and the second tone going down is for dog. That is, going up, it is the word monkey, and through a different tone, it can be turned into a dog, not a monkey.
As for how to memorize these words with similar pronunciation, some recommend this method.
树顶一只狗咧，树骹一只狗咧，狗跋落来是弄着狗，狗吠狗吼，狗走狗也走，唔知狗惊狗，也是狗惊狗。
The melody is simple and catchy, and this nursery rhyme has become popular with textbook publishers. Of the 12 primary school textbooks, about 80% of the texts are songs. But as the times change, they're no longer limited to traditional songs.
These traditional songs were composed during a different time, so children may not be able to understand this style, which may not be their favorite songs.
Teachers also have another challenge to make Taiwanese not just another subject in school.
Children after class draw these types of hopscotch grids on the ground and play this game. Here we see a small dog playing hopscotch, and in Taiwanese we say jump to 3. This is a good way for everyone to learn as a group, using the native language and preserving local culture. We can extend this and say what are our popular native products, and teachers ask them to use these works to make sentences.
Reinforcing the mother tongue of Taiwanese involves listening, reading, and writing. Now many feel that this is no longer tedious and difficult, but it is kind of fun and enjoyable, shortening the gap between different generations.
London City volunteers hosted the first prayer ceremony of the year at Tzu Chi Academy to invite everyone to give blessings to the world in hopes for the COVID-19 epidemic to be under control soon. Take a look and see you next time.